see me. I wanted to make sure, so I wore this hat. You don't think it's over the top, do you, Dottie? Yeah, you got to dress for the occasion, right? I think I'm going to put it right here, though, for now. I was thinking the other day, ladies, if computers crash, why do they keep putting them in our cars? Doesn't that seem like an accident waiting to happen to you? And I remember that movie, 2001: A Space Odyssey. I don't want that kind of thing to happen to me. You go to put in a CD and your car says, "I'm sorry, Jay. I'm afraid we're not going to listen to Johnny Cash right now." So they're going, "What seems to be the problem, car?" Well, I think you know perfectly good and well what the problem is. What, you want to listen to Madonna? We always listen to Madonna. Can we listen to something that I want to listen to for once? I'm the one that's making the payments on you. So they're arguing with your car. The door's ajar. The door's ajar. No, it's not. It's a door. Quit complicating the driving process. It's crazy. I don't know about you, lady. I don't want to sound superior, but I don't like it when computers talk to me. We're not equals. You know? Please say a command. Please say a command. Okay. Self-destruct in 5 seconds. How's that for a command? But they've got computers and everything. They've got cars that start themselves now. Cars that park themselves. Cars with television sets in the headrest. Ladies, you're not allowed to talk on the cell phone, but you're allowed to watch reruns of MASH while you're driving down the road. The crazy thing is they still haven't made a car with a coffee maker in it. Think of the money that would save the average American if you just get coffee makers in cars. See, that's when I feel that we've arrived at the technological future, when Dodge merges with Dunkin' Donuts. Some of you ladies say, yeah, but then you'd have to put a porta potty in the car, you know, especially when you're in bumper-to-bumper traffic. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves there. But just think, if a police officer were to pull you over, you could offer him a cup of coffee, open the glove compartment, and hand him a donut. You might get off the ticket. They got computers and everything. It's crazy. My kid got a teddy bear for Christmas a while back. I had to program it before he could hug it. My daughter's little red wagon came with GPS and anti-lock brakes. She didn't even have to put her feet down anymore. I'm just saying there's a point to safety features, isn't there? What's next? Your motherboards and skateboards? The whole idea of skateboarding was to get away from your mother. Of course, that's why moms bought us the skateboards. Get us out of the house so they can watch their soaps. Okay, let's see who the guy with the eye patch is going to fall in love with today. Mi amore, corazon. That's funny, that's funny. Computers and everything now, you know. We got infrared butt sensors on public toilets. Was this really that hard to do? And you pull a little, you know, the piece of paper looked like that, and you put it on there nice and neat, and you go to sit down and it flushes the thing down. I wasn't done with that yet. You got to put a little lipstick over the little red light or something. Even my dog has a computer chip. I don't know why. He's never going to run away from home. He just sits around all day watching Animal Planet, you know? I came home from work the other day, 4:30 in the afternoon. I pull into the driveway, the newspaper's still sitting there in the driveway. His doghouse, all disheveled, bowls flipped upside down. I could tell he hadn't changed a car or peed on anything all day. I walk in the house, he's playing that Wii game with the poodles and the fire hydrants. Well, guys, it's 4:30 in the afternoon, man. You haven't even put your collar on yet? I said to him, if you think you're going to sit around this house for the rest of your life being a gamer, you got another thing coming. I'm like, D-O-G-J-O-B. Do you understand me? I'll tell you, I worry about that dog. I really do. You know, because he doesn't read. Reading's important in today's world, you know, to be competitive. He's good at begging. Maybe he could become a politician. said, maybe he's got a future. He's never going to learn about skunks, though. But the cat has got us all trained, especially me. Dad, let the cat out. Dad, let the cat in. Dad, wake up. Let the cat out. Dad, wake up. Let the cat in. They say it's a man's world. Baloney. It's a cat's world. If it was a man's world, cat get dad a beer. Cat get dad another beer. Cat, dad needs a slice of pizza. Cat, wake up. Dad needs another slice of pizza. If it was a man's world, I'd sleep around the house all day and run around the neighborhood at night. He'd go to work. He'd do the honeydews. He'd clean my box if I got a toolbox. He could organize that. Right? That's my point. He could organize my toolbox. But you know, it's the way it's always been. It's the way it'll always be. Thousands of years ago in Egypt, they built great statues of kitty cats. You know why? Not because it was a world, because it was a feline's world. Right? Pharaoh let the cat out. Pharaoh let the cat in. You know why they were so obsessed with the afterlife? They were hoping that someday they might get a little sleep. Mysteries of the Great Pyramids. It's no mystery. They were scratching posts for the Sphinx. I'll tell you what, I've been looking forward to this. I really have. Normally I perform at bowling alleys and bus stations. So this is like an upgrade. It really is. Last year about this time I got booked to perform at a ladies' bridge club meeting. Let me tell you something I learned about those gals. They know a lot about cars, but really they could care less about bridges. I don't think there was a structural engineer in the group. There were a bunch of realtors and some vodka drinkers and one or two gamblers, but no structural engineers. And I had done my homework too. I'd studied span and load and wind shear and beams and arches and suspension. And I opened up with, and why is the Golden Gate Bridge painted red anyway? One of the ladies yells, "We don't care, take your clothes off." I said, "Lady, believe me, you don't want to see me naked." She says, "Yes, I do." She says, "My last husband, Sheldon, he looked like a Shar-Pei. Hairy and wrinkly. The only thing attractive about the man was his American Express card." Well, Laverne and I are seeing each other now on a regular basis. She's seeing me because, that's the deal we have. Of course, my wife, she went to see her parents, told them about my new job. My father-in-law shook his head. He said, "That's so good. I'm making money in the entertainment business." Money, 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 right? It's all money, money, money these days, isn't it? The fiscal cliff. I got an idea for the fiscal cliff. Let's march a couple politicians off the fiscal cliff, and then let's put a mom in charge of the economy for us, right? Because a mom can pay the bills, balance the checkbook, do the shopping, and use a coupon to save 10%. Show me one senator who can do that. You can't do that. That's a good plan. Vote for me, maybe. I was in church a while back, and when I think about it, it was a while back. This old gentleman sits down next to me in the pew, and he leans over and says, "What's the sermon about?" I whispered into his hairy ear, and I said, "It's about purity of the soul." He says, "What?" I said, "Purity of the soul." He says, "Put money in the bowl." Oh, hell, that's what he always talks about. I took my kids to the dollar store the other day, gave them each $1. They went straight to the toy section. They bought $100 worth of play money. We go out to the car, and they start cracking up. I said, "What's so funny?" They're like, "We really ripped them off, eh, Dad?" Look at all this loot. There are 20s in there. the casino and turn you loose. You get a little play money for Dad down there. That'd be great, wouldn't it? I saw this ad the other day on television. This pretty gal wearing a blue striped business suit. She says, "You get a check in the mail every month from the structured settlement or annuity." Why wouldn't you like to know, you little gold digger? Hey, whatever happened to getting to know a guy, before you start asking him about his income? Crazy times. I went into my bank. The gal says to me, "Has anybody told you about our free maps?" I said, "No, do tell." She says, "Okay, for a limited time only, if you deposit $25,000 or more into one of our savings accounts, we give you this free Rand McNally map." I said, "Let me tell you something, and I don't mean to be rude, but in Bangkok, if you give them 25 grand, they give you a free month. You get the bald head, the flip-flops, the enlightenment, you get the whole month over there for 25 grand. Just then her manager leans over, "Yes, sir, but you have to feed a month." I said, "So? They're vegetarians and they love gardening." They're like self-sustaining systems, little perpetual motion machines. I'm just saying, if our bank's going to compete in the new global economy, they're going to have to do better than free maps. They can't give you a free month. How about a gallon of milk, right, ladies? Yes. That's worth a couple of bucks in this economy. Turn your checking account into a cash cow down at Citibank. Gas prices, they're ridiculous these days, aren't they? My God. I'm filling my truck up the other day and it dawns on me that a gallon of gas now costs as much as a six-pack of beer. I thought, well, if I can't afford to have a drinking problem, why should I go to work every day so that my truck can have one? I took my truck down to AAA and enrolled them into their program. It's like, "Hello, my name's Ford. I'm an F-350 long bed crew cab 4x4, and I'm a gas guzzler." All the other vehicles were like, "Welcome, Ford." One of them goes, "Hey, man, my name's Dodge. Nice to meet you." The other one says, "And I'm Prius. Pleased to make your acquaintance." I'm convinced, though, if oil prices keep going up the way they are, one of these days, ladies aren't going to want diamonds anymore. You know what they're going to want? Designer buckets of crude oil. You're going to see these ads on television with this pretty gal walking down Rodeo Drive with her designer bucket of crude oil. Like, "I'm so pretty. I'm tall, blonde, and skinny. My life is perfect because I've got a Louis Vuitton 5-gallon bucket of crude oil." Of course, all the ladies watching television are going to be like, "I'm so jealous, because all I ever get are diamonds because my husband has to work for a living." This 9 cents a gallon thing, we're still paying 9 cents extra a gallon. Does that money just go straight to the CEOs or what? Is that why they're making $16, $30 billion a year, whatever these, is that? It's ridiculous. 9 cents. It's like they're afraid that we aren't going to spend the extra tenth of a cent. "No, that does it. I'll pay $3.69 a gallon, but I'm not paying $3.70. I'll sell the car and get a horse before I pay that $3.70. See, I think we should go into the gas station on Monday, order 1 gallon of gas, and ask for exact change. No. I want my tenth of a cent, pal. Or that piece of bazooka bubble gum. Can I have that piece of bazooka bubble gum? I'm kidding. You ever gone to the gas station? They got the little cigarette sitting right there. I think that's for the people that make an issue about the 9 cents of a gallon. They're like, "Here, just go have a smoke and come down. We'll work it out a little bit later." That's funny. I found $5 the other day. Not too shabby, right? All wadded up, covered with lint, and rolled it. Hey, $5. I started thinking about all the neat things I could do with it. Chinese food today. I could buy a gallon of gas. I could give it to a homeless person that really needs the $5. All of a sudden, I got that feeling like somebody was standing right behind me. So I turned around real quick. It's my daughter. She looks up at me. "Good morning, Daddy." "Oh, good morning, Maggie. How are going to share with her? A whole $5. I'm like, my wife doesn't have any smaller bills. I can't, Dad, can I write you a check? Or, here, take Mom's credit card. Leave Dad with some cash. Dad's never have any cash. My wife and I were walking in the park a while back, and we see up in front of us this elderly couple. They're holding hands, they're having a few laughs and talking about their lives together. It was beautiful. The De Beers commercial. All of a sudden, the old man buckles over at the waist, starts making all this noise. His wife says, "Honey, are you okay? Are you okay?" Yeah, just picking up this quarter. She says, "A quarter?" She says, "I thought you were dying. I thought you were having a heart attack or something." She goes, "That does it. From now on, you're not allowed to do that anymore. Unless you find at least $1. Need those for the co-pays." Hear about this lady, though, up in Albuquerque a couple Christmases ago. This is a true story. She goes into the Cracker Barrel. She uses the restroom. And sitting on the peg in there is a bag full of money. $100,000 cash. Well, you know what she did with the money, right? Let me tell you, what would you do? I know what I would do. Well, that's what she did. She turned it in. God's up there going, "All right, there you go." No, don't give it to him. He's the assistant manager. He's just going to keep the money for himself. That money was for you. You've been praying to me. "God, I could really use some extra money." That's why I gave you $100,000. You've been good. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Dad? Come here, son. See that down there? There's just no helping some people. Of course, I'm happy to have a job in this economy. I really am. Because jobs are hard to come by these days, aren't they? Especially good jobs. Like, you ever had one of those jobs where you really liked your boss, you got paid real well, and you look forward to going to work on Monday? Yeah, neither have I. I was hoping maybe one of you I could ask you, "Hey, what's that like?" But there's a lot of good jobs out there. I saw a sign the other day that gave me hope. It said, "Now hiring smiling faces." I thought, boy, that'd be a fun place to work, wouldn't it? A bunch of happy people with good attitudes you get to work with every day. But then I saw that same sign about a week later. I thought, how come they can't fill that position? Started thinking about the poor manager working in that place. "Hi, can I help you?" "Yes. I'd like a job application." Okay, but we're pretty much just hiring smiling face people right now." "Well, I am smiling." "Jeez. I don't know why people keep saying that about me. I'm actually a very congenial person." They said in the paper the other day, said unemployment is down. Tell me about it. I've been unemployed before. There's not much more down than that. That should be the new slogan for Xanax, don't you think, ladies? Xanax. Because unemployment is down. They talked the other night on the news about how these large companies are hiring people to do their firing for them. But how does a person get a job like that anyway? What are they teaching termination at Harvard nowadays? "I've got a master's in termination." "Determination? No, just termination." Or do you go to some kind of a weekend seminar? How to win friends and fire people. Can you imagine the interview for a job like that? "Well, Jay, you certainly are qualified, but we just have one more question for you." "Well, if I go ahead and hire you, are you going to end up hiring me?" "No." Great. That's the answer we've been looking for. You sound like a team player. Why don't you come in on Monday? I'll have my secretary show you around, introduce you to the gang, and then you can start firing those people. How does that sound? Sounds great. I get my first check early. Hear about this company in England? They hire what they call naturalists. It's a software company. They hire naturalists, nudists. These people show up to work, take their clothes off, and work on software stuff all day. Well, where was that job when I was 18? I could have worked under the table for one of the secretaries, Jay, you want to take a break? No, I want to keep working. I'll tell you who I feel sorry for in this economy, though, and that's mannequins. Because now they're getting outsourced to India, aren't they? What does that say about our economy when we can't afford to pay a mannequin an honest day's wage for an honest day's work? What do mannequins make anyway? First it was the telemarketers, then tech support, now mannequins. God, I hope it isn't the comedians that go next. I have to move to India to get my old job back. They got a lot of good jobs out there, though. Like being a NASCAR driver's ed instructor. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, Mrs. Ramirez, we're going to take it up to 160, and then we'll be making the first La Skier. Or being a NASA countdown guy. You know, if you had the right stuff, go to work, put on your little sweater vest and your headset. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Holding at 6 seconds. All right, guys, I'm going to lunch. My day's half over. Be down at Applebee's having a burger and a beer with Buzz Aldrin and Tom Duke Wayne. Hold my call. Or being an origami parachute folder, you know, for the military. Wouldn't that be fun? Sir, how do you want us to pull the parachutes today, sir? Well, let's go with the bird of paradise today, Private. Well, sir, we always do the bird of paradise. That's right, we do. Let's do unicorns today. Match my special forces tattoo. Or being one of those guys on television, the pitch men. Have you seen those guys? They yell and they sell things. Are you tired of tripping over your canoe every time you walk into the kitchen? The new Canoe Kitchen Compactor is the answer to your canoe storage problem. They always throw something in on the deal, too, right? Order now and we'll throw in, hey, that really works. It really works because it's really hay. Hay's been working for thousands of years. Turn your kitchen into a corral in seconds with, hey, that really works. Order now and we'll kick in the get it, got it, goat. The goat eats the hay and all your problems go away. I'll tell you what would be a good job out there, being a helicopter hand grenade avalanche starter. Fly around in helicopters, hucking hand grenades out the window, starting avalanches. I don't have a joke for that one. I'm just saying that would be a really great job, wouldn't it? I was thinking the other day, what would be the ultimate job, you know, besides doing this? Because I think this is the greatest thing in the world. Would be to work for the United States Treasury Department. You know, a guy doesn't need a Corvette if he works for the United States Treasury Department. All he needs is speed dating. So, what do? Well, you know, I can't really go into it, but basically I make a lot of money. Oh, really? How much, you know, out of curiosity? Well, you know, 10 to 50 million a day, you know, it's just a job. Really? That sounds very interesting. I think I love you. What do you say we leave this party? I'm married, fat, and happy, though. That's my story, ladies. Married, fat, and happy. I got a stack of bills on the kitchen counter. Just had to replace the hot water heater. Cats destroyed my furniture. But I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world. I got a wife that I love, and she loves to cook. I get to do this, and I get to take my kids to school every single day. That means a lot to me, it really does. But it also means that every single day, I get new material. The other day, I dropped my son off at his gate. Bye, Mac, have a great day. Love you, son. He takes off. I drive my daughter up to her gate, and just before she gets out of the car, this kid gets out of this SUV in front of us. Got a SpongeBob backpack, kicks the door closed. As he turns around, I've noticed he's holding coffee, what looks like a coffee cup. I said, Ivy, check out that kid over there going through the gate. Looks like he's got a cup of coffee. coffee in the morning. What, does he have a night job? Is he taking college classes or something? When I was a kid, we started our day with a bowl of Fruit Loops and some Bugs Bunny. This kid probably reads the Wall Street Journal, eats a slice of toast, and grabs a cup of Joe as he's running out the door. I want to be late for school, Mom. Got an appointment with the administrators this morning to discuss red ball allocations for the next trimester. You know that kid's mom's going, they just grow up so fast. They'll stop giving them coffee. He's going to have hair on his back and hypertension before he's out of middle school. The kids these days, they're different, aren't they? They're different. The pants that hang down here, it looks like they just got off the pot and they're going for another bowl or something, doesn't it? How are you supposed to run from the cops when your pants are down like that? I don't understand. But they're smart, aren't they? They're smart these days. I saw a kid the other day flying a kite on his computer. He's like, up, left, right. I said to him, I think you need to put a tail on that thing, man. Looks up at me, on what, my computer? I thought, well, he ain't that smart. Smart, not quite that smart. Kids these days, they don't know how to play outside, do they? I kicked my kids out of the house a couple weekends ago. Go outside and play. Had it, you know? So they go outside and watch them walk out into the yard and peek out through the window. One of them looks at the other and says, you know what to do? I don't know what to do. I thought you knew what to do. I don't know what to do. How do you plug in a tree? Well, you don't plug in a tree, you climb a tree, son, and you fall out of a tree and you break your arm. That's what kids do. That's how you can tell the difference between a kid and a little person. One's got a cast on his arm. The other's learning better by now. These kids, we were at the public pool. I started noticing all these kids walking around with tattoos. And I'm not talking like, kids. I'm talking like, kids. And some of those were fake, right? But one or two of them were real, weren't they? I said to Mom, where does a kid get a tattoo anyway? What, do they go down to the wharf during recess? Like an anchor on this arm and a mermaid on the other one, please. The guy with the stumpy cigars going, okay, kid, you got $300? And the kid's like, yeah, I've been sending the sitter home early and keeping the pizza money. I got a racket going on these days. But I've been trying to lose weight. I've gone on that new diet. Maybe you've seen the ads. Jeez Louise. The gal in the bikini says to the lifeguard, geez Louise, you look great. And he's like, I know. I'm on Jeez Louise. I get all my food in the mail. And you do, and the food tastes good too. The problem is the mail only comes once a day. The rest of the time you're starving to death. Which is the reason why Jeez Louise works so well. I got to do 1.5 miles a day just going to the mailbox and back to see if there's any food in it. Going over there, open the door, oh, jeez. After about a week, I started eating the glossies that the fast food companies were sending me. Those Burger King ads, they taste pretty good when you're hungry. Of course, the best are got to be the Dairy Queen, but then I've got a sweet tooth. Nighttime's crazy, though, when you're on mail-order diet, isn't it? Tossing and turning, thinking about eating. I started having these crazy dreams. This one night I dreamt that when I pulled on the little red flag that the mailbox filled up with vanilla wafers. Like I'd won a jackpot. Only when I opened the door, it wasn't a jackpot. It was Jack Black sitting on the pot, eating a box of vanilla wafers. He says, what are you doing in my bathroom? I said, what are you doing in my food dream? And let me have some of those vanilla wafers. You know how hard it is to get a midnight snack when you're on Jeez Louise? It's hard, I called up my mail lady. She's like, Jeez Louise, Jay, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I said, I know, Ruth, I'm starving to death. I said, can you bring me a bowl of cereal or something? She said, I'll tell you what, put $20 in the mailbox and I'll bring you a brownie. Okay. I said, can you kick in a glass of milk? She's like, oh, Jeez Louise. Gosh, she just cussed at me over the phone. Glad I didn't go on not Martha Fudger's diet, I can tell you that. I'm wearing my new jacket. Hey, you like the new jacket? Pretty good, huh? A friend of mine says, man, that's a nice jacket. Is that Italian? Is that Armani? I said, no, I think this one's Salvation Army. It's like Armani, only cheaper. But I am a thrift store junkie, ladies, certified. I love shopping at thrift stores. Because thrift store shopping's fun. Because you can buy things at thrift stores that you just can't buy anywhere else. Like a table with 3 chairs. Or a quilt made out of old underwear. You know, the cowboy kind with the flap? And if you get hot, you just unbutton it and open up the flap. Actually pretty utilitarian. Or a Barbie with just like 5 hairs. It's new mullet Barbie. Comes in camo and plaid. Your daughter's going to love it. Yep. And if you're looking for a fish tank for your kid's iguana, you'll find one at a thrift store, right? If you want a Herb Albert and the Tijuana brass record to complete your collection, the thrift store. The other day, I found a 100% virgin acrylic sweater. Ladies, you're not going to find that at Target. But it's all about finding the treasure, isn't it? About finding the treasure. And the other day, I think I found the treasure. A chrome-plated plumber's helper with a sucker cup on one end of the stick and a corkscrew on the other. Gotta be the only tool ever made in America for both drinking and plumbing problems. The only problem I have with it is, where do you store the thing? Do you keep it next to the pot, or do you wash it off in the bowl and stick it in the kitchen drawer? So maybe my wife will let me put it in a windowsill, you know, especially this Christmas. I could put it right next to my leg lamp and start another trend. But I buy just about everything at thrift stores. Well, everything except my underwear. I get that down at Lowe's. I can buy the heavy-duty canvas kind, you know, with the blue lettering. It says, let's build something together. Well, I've got to go. But I want to thank you all very much here. But before I leave, I'm going to leave you with one last story. I was in the Humane Society thrift store the other day, and I loved that place. The nicest gals in the world. And they had one of those crates, you know, with a big kitty cat in it that they're looking to find a home with. And the cat just meow, 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 meow. All of a sudden, this man walks over to the cat and looks down at the cage and says, "My, aren't you vociferous?" The cat looked up at him like, "Vociferous? You always go around trying to impress diminutive little homeless creatures with your repertoire of words." Thank you very much. It has been an honor. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jay.